This is just sanitized his little jam jars, and there's his strawberry sauce that he made yesterday. And he's ready to load it into the jars and then freeze it. Yum. Sadly, it is just started to rain, so I'm going to be in. It's muggy, but it's not as hot as yesterday by a lot. But I'm less likely to forget my lipstick, right? Since it's right here. Good morning, it's Barbara. Back in the Christmas house because it's raining. Now Dennis is going to have to make cheesecake again or something like that for us to put our sauce on. Because it's not all going in those little cups. I am putting on my Mary Kay. I think this is Mary Kay. It is. This shirt brings out the oranginess on this lipstick, which I never thought of it as being orangey or apricot-y. I thought of it, you know. Interesting. There you go. So Christy's coming today. I don't know exactly when. I texted her for an ETA, but if she's already driving, she can't respond to a text. So if I don't hear from her in a little while, like stopping for gas or something and reading her texts, and if I really am anxious, which I probably won't be, I will call her and she can answer her phone when she's driving. But meanwhile, good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. I never remember if I say that or not. It's so automatic that, you know. But it doesn't hurt to say it twice, because I'm very happy that you're watching. My second cup of coffee. I am very, very lazy today. It's barely right to say good morning. Very slow start to the day. I'm going to be puttering around, clearing the table a little bit in case we want to eat at the table, but we'll probably eat in our chairs. I'm not sure what we're having. Some things don't work well in chairs. But I'm sad that we processed so many of the strawberries. I kept a few out and I had most of them last night for my dessert, but not all of them. But I realized, you know, Christy's here. Her strawberries are probably long gone because she's south and warm from us. So she would appreciate delicious strawberries. She likes fruit. Which we do not have in our house very often, to be honest. So I think I'm going to go back to the Highland Orchard where I got my strawberries and just buy another quart of strawberries so we have fresh strawberries in our fridge available for snacking and desserting. And we need vegetables anyway to to help us figure out what we're having for dinner. I'll go buy some vegetables and we'll see. Because if Dennis decides he just wants to have steaks, then we'll have side dishes. If he wants to make something I don't even know, then he'll have choices. These glasses always seem to have something on them. I think it's partly because I wear them around my neck and things fall on them. I mean, you know, it's like a little shelf. When they're around my neck. That's better. These are the glasses I've had for a while, not my new fancy glasses. So yesterday, after I talked to you, I went and had my physical therapy and it went really, really well. I like my guy. I brought him a better mask. He wore the better mask. Not great, you know, but he wore it. I bet he hasn't worn a mask very often in his life, you know. I don't know what he did back in 2020 when everybody was wearing them. He was a kid. He was probably still in physical therapy school because he's not very old. So I did that, and then I went to the store and came home and put the groceries away, and then I had to go to the bank, and the bank is right near Aura, so I went to the bank, and then I went and visited Aura for a while, hung out with her until it was about time for her to go listen to her piano recital in the lobby. They have a baby grand piano in the lobby of where she lives, and she loves music, loves music, and they know it. So I was there and I heard them planning, oh, and Aura's gonna want to go, and so they know she loves music a lot. So we're taking her in about 10 minutes. I'm like, okay, well, I gotta go. So I'm sure she had a lovely time listening to the piano recital in her patio or her lobby. Came home while I was out and about. Dennis walked the dogs himself, so when I got home it was time to eat. And I have a confession to make. When I went to the store, you know, Friday nights when Dennis goes to D&D, I often feel like I want to treat myself to something, and it's not always something that's good for me, but I was determined to have something that was good for me but was a treat. So I bought king crab legs. Yeah, crazy, right? So I had king crab legs last night for dinner, and they came in a box frozen, and there were more than I wanted to eat last night. So there is even leftover. So Christy and I can have king crab legs for our starter for dinner today, whatever we're having. And that'll be fun. Well, Dennis can too. And so that's what I had for dinner last night. And then it was just me and the girls hanging out. We didn't have any thunder or anything that made it dramatic. I just watched TV. I didn't even knit. I've watched the end of Sarah, S-A-R-A, Woman in Shadows, which I recommend. I enjoyed it a lot. And I had talked about that yesterday. I'm not going to do any spoilers, so you don't have to pause or fast forward. And I'm sorry if I sometimes do spoilers. So I watched that, and then I don't know, I was rummaging around. I don't remember if I watched anything between that and The Equalizer, which I have seen many times. And not to do a spoiler or anything, but there is an Equalizer 2 and an Equalizer 3, so the bad guy didn't win, in case you were wondering. Is that a spoiler? I don't think so. Denzel Washington? So that's what I did. Dennis had a lovely time at his D&D, and my brother Tim joined them last night, so he got to hang out with Tim. Tim is his best friend, or one of his best friends. So that was fun for him. We don't hang out with Tim enough. Dennis certainly doesn't get enough Tim time. So that was fun. And now we're just hanging out. It's raining. Boo. Apparently it's going to be not lovely weather the whole time Christy's here with us. But if it gets nicer weather in the end of the week, that would be nice, because she's going to be visiting her dad and Janice, and they live down the shore in New Jersey. So having nice weather under those conditions is very nice. So I'm hoping for that for everyone, for her visit. So I have to do my exercises today and hang out with Christy. Brian, my physical therapist, so I told him, you know, he's like, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, my daughter's coming to visit. Oh, what are you planning to do with her? I don't have any plans. But until he asked me that, it didn't even occur to me to try to make plans what to do with Christy. First of all, if she wanted to do something, she would have mentioned it. And second, she's really, really busy all the time in her life. And it does feel like sometimes when she comes here, she likes to have a quiet sit and just visit and sit. We're very cash, no expectations. And sometimes she and I stitch, and maybe I'll work on my sweater while she does her stitching. She has a better place to sit so she can stitch. Since Aura's been here, her spot to sit doesn't have good light, and so she hasn't done a lot of stitching here in the last couple of years, but she can sit in Aura's chair and it has good light, and she could sit and stitch, and we could watch podcasts or movies or whatever while we sit and chat and stitch. Dennis will go play on his computer and he'll be happy as a clam. So anyway, it never occurred to me to think of something to do with Christy, but I'm up for whatever she might want to do. She sometimes wants to shop. She lives in a little bit like the middle of nowhere in Mississippi and does not have good shopping. So she might want to shop. She doesn't usually, but sometimes she has something in mind, and so we go shopping. I'm gonna run to the farmer's market before she gets here, unless she comes very soon. I think her event in Virginia is approximately 4-hour drive from here, so she could show up at almost any time. You know, I don't know if she had a part of her program this morning or anything. But I am expecting her for dinner. So no, I don't have anything particular planned to do with Christy, except anything she would like. I don't know, she might want to take some strawberries home to Rich and Wicket. So we don't get to see Rich and Wicket this summer. Typically she would come in July, the end of July. And last year Rich and Wicket came with her. And but since she was going to already be on the East Coast and already driving here, she thought, let me just kill two birds with one trip. So Rich didn't go with her to Virginia, so we're not going to see them this time. But they'll come at Christmas. They'll come at Christmas. So that's the current plan, which is no plan at all. Anyway, now I'm really rambling. So I am going to go. I'm going to upload this, and then I'm going to take a quick run. Apparently, it's quick enough because I was able to go to the sporting goods store, the liquor store, and the strawberry store, and get home in an hour and 10 minutes. So it's going to only be half an hour, 45 minutes, and I'll be back. And, you know, if she gets here before me, she can hang out with Dennis by herself. She likes Dennis. She likes to hang out with Dennis. I'm sure they'll have a lovely time together without me. Not that they need me to leave. They don't. I don't think. Nobody's ever indicated that. All right, now I'm really rambling. I'm going to go. Well, I like the way this lipstick looks with my shirt. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane.